The sun vanishes right now. Nothing happens immediately. Light travels at a fixed speed. 8 minutes and 20 seconds pass in total ignorance. People continue eating breakfast. Dogs bark at mailmen. The universe is about to break, but the clock is still ticking slowly. Suddenly the lights go out, not like a power failure but a total erasure of the sky. The moon vanishes instantly because it has no sunlight to reflect. Stars remain, but they look colder. Panic sets in. Governments issue confusing statements. The atmosphere is still warm for now. However, the invisible tether holding the planet in place is gone. Earth is no longer orbiting. It is now a projectile moving at 30 kilometers per second. Gravity propagates at the speed of light. The moment the photons stop arriving, the gravitational pull vanishes too. Centrifugal force takes over. The planet slides off its orbital rail in a perfectly straight line. The solar system becomes a chaotic shooting gallery. Other planets also break free. Jupiter and Saturn fly off into the dark. The inner planets drift apart like loose marbles on a billiard table. Space is vast, so collisions are unlikely. But the psychological horror is absolute. Humanity is now a stowaway on a giant, dark rock hurtling through an infinite void. There is no destination, there is no map. There is only the momentum of a dead star. This is a bad day for astronomy. Most people spend the first hour arguing on the internet. Some claim it is a government prank. Others start a new religion based on the void. A few realize that the electric bill is now effectively zero. This is the only positive outcome of the apocalypse. The heat budget crashes. Without solar radiation, the surface temperature plummets. Within a week, the average global temperature drops below freezing. Within a year, it hits minus 100 degrees Celsius. The oceans begin to freeze from the top down. Ice acts as an insulator, trapping some warmth in the depths. Plants die almost immediately. Photosynthesis stops. The food chain collapses in a spectacular display of biological failure. Most mammals freeze solid within months. Humans retreat to the only heat sources left. Geothermal vents and nuclear reactors become the new centers of civilization. Cities are abandoned for deep mines and volcanic islands. The air eventually turns to liquid. Then the oxygen and nitrogen snow down upon the frozen wasteland. The surface becomes a silent, crystalline desert of frozen air. It is completely quiet. It is dark. It is incredibly cold. Life is now a luxury. Deep in the abyss, things are different. The ocean floor is warmed by the Earth's core. Hydrothermal vents pump out chemical energy. Tube worms and blind shrimp continue their lives, oblivious to the cosmic disaster above. They do not need the sun. They eat sulfur and heat. For these creatures, the disappearance of the sun is a non-event. They are the new masters of the world. Above them, the ocean is a miles-thick shell of ice. The water beneath remains liquid for millions of years. This is the final sanctuary for complex biology. But the Earth is still moving. It drifts through the interstellar medium. Cosmic rays hammer the surface without a magnetic field to protect it. The core eventually cools. The geothermal vents flicker and die. The last shrimp freezes in the dark. The planet is now a dead husk, a wandering tomb, a cold, dark sphere of rock and ice sailing through a vacuum that does not care. The lights are officially out everywhere. The silence is absolute. The Earth is now a rogue planet. It spends eons drifting between the stars. Occasionally it passes through a molecular cloud. The atmosphere, long since frozen, remains as a layer of frost. The planet is a gravitational ghost. It does not interact with much, but physics is patient. Eventually the Earth enters the gravity well of another star. The process is slow. The planet is captured into a wide, eccentric orbit. The ice begins to sublime. Frozen nitrogen turns back into gas. The atmosphere returns with a violent planetary-scale storm. Oceans thaw in a series of catastrophic floods. The surface becomes a steaming, chaotic mess of boiling mud and torrential rain. It is a second chance for life, but not for us. The ruins of our cities are crushed under the weight of returning oceans. Our skyscrapers are just weirdly shaped reefs for new alien fish. The planet is reborn as a water world. It is beautiful, it is violent, it is completely devoid of any memory of the people who once lived there. The Earth has found a new home. It just had to delete everything we ever built to fit in. It was a necessary renovation. After a few billion years, the new star also dies. The cycle repeats. The Earth is cast back into the void. It is a cosmic nomad, a lonely rock that has seen too many suns. In the end, all matter is recycled. The atoms that once made up your morning coffee are scattered across the galaxy. You are now a very thin layer of dust on a distant nebula. This is the ultimate form of travel. No luggage required, no passport needed, just total molecular dispersion. But there is one final detail. In the eyes of the cosmic bureaucracy, the Earth is technically a trespasser. Since it left its original solar system without a permit, it is now subject to a multi-billion-year parking fine. The Galactic Council is very strict about this. The universe is a terrifying place. You should probably just stay inside today. Subscribe to the What If Club for more ways to be vaporized by physics. See you in the void.